Don't give up, okay? Do not give up. But detach from the limiting beliefs. Detach from the possibility of things not happening in your favor, of things not happening the way you want them to happen. I want to tell you guys this. And this video inspired me because a friend of mine was telling me about how she was just tired of how she would do the technique. She would do sats. She would loop the idea, or like the vision, like she would have the vision of her getting the job and getting, you know, the promotion, things of that nature. And I just want to say this, guys, manifestation is not something to be complicated. You don't want to complicate it. You complicate it when you attach yourself to the outcome. You complicate it when you just don't allow things to naturally work. You have to understand at some point you have to let go of all control. You must let go of all control in order to manifest the things you want. Focus on what makes you happy now. Be grateful and show gratitude for the things that you have right now in your life. I understand that this might be the cliche thing. I understand that you might be thinking out there, well, I want to manifest my SP. They haven't came, or I want to manifest this car, or I want to manifest this. Alize, how can you say that? How can you say that? Because I was the same individual that used to focus and worry so much about controlling the outcome of things. I used to attach myself and create so much fucking resistance when it came to my manifestations that my manifestations had a delay or they did not come true. But is anyone going to be honest with you guys and tell you guys that? Not a lot of people are going to just let you know, hey, some of these manifestations I had didn't come true. Why they didn't come true? Because I didn't have faith. I didn't believe. Sometimes, and it doesn't take a whole lot of faith in order for you to manifest the things that you want. But even if you hold on just a little bit, it doesn't necessarily mean when you have faith, that doesn't mean that you want to try to control everything outside of you in order to make things happen. Yes, you do take inspired action, but inspired action is different from actually trying to control everything that that is supposed to be already set in stone for you, because you asked for it, so you shall receive it. There's no other way. The universe works for it. The universe, manifesting works for everybody. You ask for something, you will receive it. You see, let me tell you guys a story, okay? When I was manifesting a specific person, I used to stay up, watch these videos, and I used to do all these million techniques. And I used to script, and nothing was happening for me. Nothing was happening for me. And I was like, why isn't anything happening? I used to affirm, use affirmations, keep affirming all day, every day. Just focused on this specific person, right? And I was like, damn, I used to see the signs of the colors that she liked. I used to see even with the fact that she liked honey buns. She loved honey buns, okay? I used to see honey buns everywhere. I was like, oh, that's a win-win. That's a win-win. I'm focused so much on it that it came to this point where I remember I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm done. I'm tired. I cried. I sat there in my room and I cried. And the moment I scripted something else pertaining to some other person that I manifested, which later on, we don't have to get into that, but I manifested this person. And I was like, I'm done. When I was done, I didn't realize that I let go of resistance. I was no longer paying attention to the signs. I was no longer paying attention to anything that I saw that reminded me of her. I wasn't paying attention to it. I wasn't paying attention to angel numbers. I didn't care. I was just like, fuck it. I don't care anymore. I'm just going to live my life and just enjoy and just go to work and do what I need to do. And at the time I was working as a nurse, a CNA. If you watch my older videos, you'll know that I was a CNA in the past. I was a CNA and I was only making like $13.25 an hour, okay? Which is not much. Not much, okay? So at that time, I was going to work, busting my ass over here, lifting people and their grandmas and uncles and granddaddies. And I'm over here, but back all messed up, okay? But I was going to work. And I was just like, let me just do things that make me happy. And at this time I was staying with my older roommate, and we would record music, and we would just like, you know, that's shit that made me happy. And this was around the time I believe I started my YouTube channel, but I wasn't really sure about it, right? And I didn't really find what clicked, because I was over here talking about other shit and it just didn't click, you know? So I was like, fuck it, I just want to be me. I just want to be Alizé, you know? So anyway, going back into it. So once I finally just let go and I was just like, I'm done, that's when she manifested into my life. Now, the reason I didn't keep the manifestation was because I wasn't working on my self-concept and I wasn't loving myself. I was so busy trying to control the outcome of what I wanted to happen. I wanted us to be in a relationship. I wanted to get what I wanted right then and there. But it manifested, but it just didn't manifest in the way that I wanted it to manifest. Or I didn't manifest in the time that I wanted it to manifest. It showed up completely out the blue. I didn't even recognize it, because when she messaged me out the blue, I was like, what? And I was thinking to myself, and she told me, she said, I just want to take things slow. I feel like a relationship is not for me right now, but we can keep in touch with one another. We could talk to each other. We could just take this slow. And with me at the time, I was like, oh, I want someone to love. I want to be in a relationship. Now I'm at the point in my life where I don't need a relationship. Yes, I do have on this ring. I am... Let's just say, when you know how Neville said, you don't have to wear a physical ring, but you know, no, I do not actually have a realistic wife. No, I do not. But I do wear this ring because I do send out into the atmosphere of marriage, because that's what I do want to be. I do want to be married eventually. So my thing is this. The whole point was, when I just gave up on my manifestation, when I just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm done. I'm tired. I'm over it. I felt like it was more so of me detaching from the outcome and detaching from everything and letting go of the possibility of it happening the way I wanted it to happen. And once I finally let go of it, that's when it manifested. But it manifested in a weird way. It manifested where I didn't even notice it. I didn't even notice the manifestation. And once I noticed the manifestation, I saw that, wow, I manifested this. This is something that came into fruition for me, right? It didn't come into fruition for me at that time. And this is where I want to tell you guys, I'm not saying give up and say, fuck the manifestation. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm telling you is to simply detach yourself from all possibilities of it happening the way you want it to happen, because the universe and God works in mysterious ways. The manifestation that you desire may not be the way you want it to be, may not happen the way you want it to happen. A lot of people will say that they imagine they're being with their SP. Imagine a scene of being with your specific person. But when you, the thought of, once that thought comes into your mind, once that thought has already came into your mind, you've already suppressed it upon your subconscious, okay? Because you thought of it. 9 times out of 10, subconsciously, you're thinking about it on an everyday basis without you even acknowledging that you're actually thinking about it. Because the subconscious is wide awake at certain times of the day. And that's true. So subconsciously, you could be on autopilot and not even know that you're thinking of your manifestation. But see, we obsess and we have this obsession. And I want to say it's the same thing with how, like I said, life is going to throw things at you. There's going to be trials. There's going to be moments where you feel like, you know what, I just want to give up. But you know, those people that really wanted to make something happen, or wanted their YouTube to go up. They wanted to be a writer. They wanted to get signed to their favorite, I don't know what they wanted to get signed. They wanted to become the greatest music artist, whatever they wanted to do. People don't give up on their dreams, because when you have a dream, you want it to come to life. You want to bring it into your reality. You don't want to give up on your dreams, because when you give up on your dreams, you give up on yourself. So even though it might be a little trial and error that may be going on at this moment, do not give up or give in to your negative thinking. Do not give in to the thinking of it's not going to happen. It will happen, but it's not going to happen the way you want it to happen, or when you want it to happen, or how you want it to happen. It's going to happen when you finally decide to let go and let God and let the universe do what they're supposed to do. Sometimes there can be a delay in manifestation. It doesn't mean that it's not going to happen, but sometimes there may be certain things that need to be set up that are going on behind the scenes, that need to be adjusted in order for you to get what you want to get. So do not be that type of person and just say, F it. I see a lot of people saying, I give up. I'm over it. I'm done. And, you know, it's like you get to this point where you're just like, you know, fuck it. I'm over it. I'm tired of it. And that's the same way I was. But it's really, you just have to detach yourself, okay, from wanting it so much. You don't, when you have something, you don't want it. You have the car, if you had the car that you wanted, would you really want it? No, you wouldn't want it because you already have it. Okay? It's the same thing when you DoorDashing. It's the same thing when you're Uber Eatsing. It's the same goddamn thing when you're waiting for your food at a restaurant. You know that the food is being prepared. Yes, you might be hangry in the moment, but the food is coming. So it's the same thing with manifestation. Stop allowing yourself, stop allowing the difficult moments to where you stop persisting and you just give up on yourself. When you give up on you give up on you. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, when I say to give up on your manifestation, I'm not saying throw in the towel and say fuck manifestation. Manifestation does not exist. It doesn't work. No, what I'm saying is to completely say, you know what? I'm just going to let it go. It happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. I'm cool. Because when you focus on the present moment, you're focusing on what makes you happy, and you're looking at what is around you, what surrounds you. Okay, you might not have a job right now, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to get one. You might not have a car, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to have one. You might not be in the best position that you want to be in, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that is not going to change. If you constantly allow the obstacles in your way to tell you that you can't have what you want, then you might as well not get what you want because you don't believe in it. You don't have faith. You need to have faith in yourself. You need to have faith in your higher self. You need to have faith in God. Manifesting is something that is easy. Manifesting is not something you should stress about. Manifesting is not something that that's not how it works. When you want something, the universe, God has no choice but to give it to you. Whether it's good or bad, has no choice but to give it to you. Do you not know that I manifested damn near dislocated my fucking ankle? I know I'm cursing a lot, but I remember telling myself, oh yeah, I'm gonna end up messing up my ankle again. The first year I messed up my ankle, I think it was on some voodoo shit, to be honest. I think somebody did some weirdo stuff to me, and I ain't even gonna lie. But the second time I messed up my ankle, I was going to the barbershop to go get my hair cut around the corner, and next thing you know, I ended up falling. Just out the blue. Now, this is weird because I told myself I'm going to end up hurting my ankle again. Next thing you know, I go to the hospital. I see that my ankle is damn near like the bone. Like you could see like it's sticking out like a little bit, like it's low-key like sticking out a little bit. It looks way different from my right ankle, looks way different from my left ankle. So it looks kind of weird. And so, you know, when you speak stuff into existence, now this is not something that I was like, oh, you know, yeah, this gonna happen. No, I just spoke it into existence. And next thing you know, that shit ended up happening to me. So this is what I tell you when it comes to manifestation. Okay. I want you guys to know that if you scripted it, if you thought of it, if you even spoke it, it will happen, okay? Don't give up on yourself. When you give up on your manifestations, you give up on yourself. It's okay to take a step back. If you have to take a step back and withdraw yourself from the manifestation, then do that. You don't have to wake up every morning doing techniques. If you want, let me tell you something. You should be affirming for self-love. You should be scripting, or you should be scripting about how you want your day to go. You should be scripting for what makes you happy and what you have in front of you as we speak. You should not be 24/7 focusing on constantly doing these techniques on trying to manifest the things that you want in your life. You don't have to constantly focus on your manifestation. If you decide to just live in the present moment, just live in the now, go outside, smell the fresh air, talk to the birds, have a conversation with nature. If you decide to just go outside and just see what life, you could see, and turn off your phone sometimes. You ain't got to be disturbed with motherfuckers. Go ahead and just go out there, get some fresh air and do something that makes you happy. Whatever it is, if it's reading, if it's working out, whatever it is, do something that makes you happy. Do something that makes you feel excited, that gives you good, that gives you the great energy that you want to have. Doing this video, talking about this right now is making me happy. Because I'm putting this out here because I want people to manifest the things that they desire. I want you guys to get your manifestations, but you have to want to have your manifestations. You have to allow the universe to work for you and work in your favor. The universe can work with you or work against you. It is your choice and your decision. But when you see a flaw, don't just give up. You think people give up when they don't see it. You just can't just say, you know what? I'm throwing in the towel. It don't work. It's not blah, blah, blah. Baby, listen, you can't do that. You got to keep working at it. You don't even know how close you are. You just looking on the outside. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Anything can happen right now. Somebody could, you could probably find, dead ass, somebody could probably call you and tell you right now, open your mailbox right now or some shit. I know this is kind of crazy, but just imagine. Next thing you know, you got $1 million check in the mail. How did I get this $1 million check? You got people coming your way, people telling you, hey, you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, somebody just gifts you with the car that you want. You ain't even got to pay for it. You go to the dealership, they say, shit, you ain't got to pay for it. I'll give you this car for free. I don't know. Anything can happen. Anything. And that's one thing I love about manifestation. Manifestation is so beautiful that you can have anything that you want because the universe is going to give it to you, baby. The universe going to make sure you get it. And when you get it, you're going to be happy. Then I don't know what. That's why I can't stand when people put this timing on their manifestations when they want their manifestations to happen in a certain way. Just because it didn't happen when you wanted it to happen don't mean that it's not going to happen at all. Okay, so you have to have faith in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in God. Believe in your higher self. Whatever you believe in, hold on to that belief. And remember, you're not just manifesting the external things. You should be manifesting self-love. You should be manifesting to carry yourself in a better way. You should be manifesting to have clear skin. Shit, I know I need to manifest that clear skin. You should be manifesting to be the sexiest motherfucker walking this goddamn earth. Okay. Where heads turn, God damn, baby, you fine. You need to be manifesting what makes you happy. Live in the present moment. Stop focusing so much on when it'll happen, how it'll happen, where it'll come from. It's gonna happen when it happens. But you just gotta let it be. You cannot control the things that you don't have any control over. Stop trying to control it. It is out of your control. Once you give it to God, once you give it to the universe, once you give it to your higher self, it's done. It is done. You work on you.